The Samsung store wants to let me know that Roblox has landed.
Oh, good.
Get more in-game currency. Robux.
You know what I don't have enough of? In-game currency.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Pixels and Puppets, the Operation Puppet podcast, the only podcast to combine the subjects of gaming, tech, media, and puppets for no easily explainable reason. It's October 24th, 2025. You are the internet. I am Kevin Blades. My pronouns are he, him, and this is episode 13 of season 3 of Pixels and Puppets, the Operation Puppet podcast. Joining me as my co-host, his pronouns are he, him. It's Andrew, aka Bad Phantom, who I wish would stop trying to make me laugh during the intro.
Puppets?
He mimed that whole thing. He mimed it.
And puppets?
I don't know. No, explainable reason.
What's happening?
What could you possibly... What delightful jape are we doing today, Andrew?
I clicked on this podcast for some technical news of the modern era, not for puppet shenanigans. What's going on here?
What do we do? We're off to a flying
Welcome to the
start.
Sleep Depth cast.
Jesus. Wow. We've never done that.
Brought to you by Tim Hortons Cold Brew.
and a martini. Hi, everyone. Oh, boy.
Woo!
Yeah, we're off to a flying start. I think the rest of the podcast will probably go pretty much like this.
Yep, we've started high and we're just going to coast for the next...
We can probably just keep going.
Yeah, more or less.
How you doing?
I've been worse. Shouldn't complain, doesn't stop me.
Etc.
Yeah, I pointed out to my coworker, I said, hey, Dave, do you realize that next Saturday is November 1st, 2025? Just fuck. What the fuck happened?
Just a dead-eyed stare.
Honest to God.
He turns around and walks into the ocean.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's all right. Well, let's get sports talk out of the way. I don't like the sports ball thing. The whole people.
You're talking to yourself.
Nerds like to dismiss sports talk. We go sports
like
ball.
It. I love it.
It's the city is sick. It's sick with World Series fever. It always kind of makes me laugh when the bandwagon explodes. Like I don't watch baseball. I follow it loosely. I'm like, oh, that's nice that this team's doing well. And the Jays had a good team this year, and I'm like, oh, they're doing quite well. And then they did very well in the regular season, and everyone went, oh, that's nice.
They did a good baseball.
Yeah, and then everyone
gave good baseball.
It's nice that they did well, but nobody expected anything of them because it's Toronto. And then so they did well enough that they didn't have to do the very first round of the playoffs, which is great. It's always nice to just watch everybody.
You've already lost me. I have no idea.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then
forgot. Don't stop for me because
they had to play the evil New York Yankees.
Are they evil?
Nobody likes the Yankees.
Really?
It's because they're successful and good, but they're also money.
Yeah.
But
isn't that all of it?
Well, this is it, right?
What it
I mean, I
is?
say that, but their payroll was like number 2 in baseball, and Toronto's like number 5 out of 30. So it's not like Toronto's got this scrappy group of upstarts. There's a lot of friggin' money at play.
I can give an opinion, but I won't.
But we beat
the
Yankees, which was all anybody really wanted. Just beat the Yankees. Fuck yeah, we beat the Yankees. We moved on, and then we played Seattle, and
fuck you, Trump. We beat a baseball
exactly.
Team.
Your
we
beloved
did this.
Trump is exactly the guy who would tell you, oh, I'm a big Yankees fan because they win. Like, fuck you. Burn in hell. Anyway, nobody expected them to do well in Seattle. They lost the first 2 games. I watched game 2 with some friends from college, which was nice to see them, but it sucked that the Jays did so poorly. And at that point, we're like, all right, it was a good run. We beat the Yankees. And then they fucking turned around and won the series unexpectedly. Nobody really, especially they got shellacked the first 2 games, and everybody went, all right, that's fine, whatever, it's over. And then they won, and like, holy shit, we're in the World Series. And now we're in the World Series, and the World Series starts in like 20 minutes. And by the end of this podcast, we will know more or less how it's going to go.
Wait, are you going to go home during a time when the city may be celebrating. I don't know how.
It's
how
just
these
game
things
one.
Work.
It's
okay.
just game
how
one.
Many
Nobody's
games
gonna.
Are there?
It's best of 7.
Okay.
So the earliest it could be over is 4 days, which is like Wednesday.
I guess we got to plan for that shit if it happens.
Look, a week from now, which it could end on Halloween.
All right.
Like
oh,
game
God.
6 would be Halloween.
You can't ruin Halloween.
It's gonna be bananas if they do win. I mean, it was pretty crazy when
every
they won
kid
this
who
last
goes
series.
as a baseball player will be happy.
But I always have a bad reaction to bandwagoning, and I mean it's partly just because people want to celebrate, people want to have the moment with the others, and they don't know shit about baseball, but they know winning is good. I want to be a winner. Let me join everybody else in celebrating the winners. And I don't expect,
like everything, there's good and bad points.
Absolutely. I don't expect there to be the city to be a burning husk by the end of it. That's if the Leafs win. If the Leafs were to win the Stanley Cup, this city would burn.
Now he's talking crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably never going to happen. But anyway, if the Jays win this year, great. I mean, it's been 32 fucking years since they last were in the World Series.
See, don't say those words, because I have oh my God, I have such a clear memory of when it happened, because I was going to work at the goth club.
Yes.
The night that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I lived around the corner from the goth club, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have got to work.
Wow. How busy was the club?
Not well. I mean, it's a goth club, so pretty busy. Just
So
about average.
Nobody was watching the game.
Nobody gave a shit. No,
It was more, man, I can't believe how long it took me to get here.
You know what? Fuck those people.
Which club was that?
Death in the Underground.
Oh,
Shout out
legendary
to the Death Squad.
Good times.
Who I'm sure listened to this podcast.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I never set foot. I didn't get to go to Sanctuary before it closed. So, I was part of Savage's history, and that's it. And Zubar and all the other shit.
We want to really get into this.
No.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we can tangent this for fucking years.
My point is, the city is rich with sudden fandom. And it's like, I got an email from Mervish, the theater troupe, the theater group, the company that runs most of the fucking live theater in Toronto, and it said, "Let's go Blue Jays, we will rock you," or we are the champions. That's what it said. First, it said, "Let's go Blue Jays, we are the champions," and I said, "Okay, first of all,
let me just stop you there."
Maybe don't. There's a little something we like to call jinxing it, and that's pretty fucking high on the list. But then I'm like, okay, wait. So I actually wanted to see if this was just a naked, we support our team in this time of joy. Come to our live theater.
Hey, ChatGPT, write me an inspirational email about Toronto.
Yes, exactly. And then it turned out, no, there is a link, because they are doing they're bringing back a production of We Will Rock You, the Queen musical. So there is a connection, and they had the cast.
And because the marketing guy woke up at 3 a.m. going, "Oh fuck!
Oh, we have an opportunity to ride the coattails. Let's go. Fucking Sneaky D's on their Instagram posted the Let's Go Blue Jays with a picture of the Blue Jays logo, and they were asked to take it down because of the rights issues with using the fucking logo. Like, this is how fucked everything is in that world.
2025,
like,
y'all.
Jesus Christ. They're not saying we're the official nachos of the Toronto Blue Jays. It's simply, let's go Jays. You can come watch the game here. Actually, you can't use our logo because that would suggest that we have given you permission. Like, go fuck yourself. Fine, let's go Birds.
You're not the official dive bar.
Holy shit. I mean, but this is the kind of shit that they pull, right? Because, got to protect the IP. Otherwise,
lawyers have to get paid.
Yeah. Anyway, so the bottom line is, the city could be on fuego next week, or it might just be politely amused.
If this is the last episode of the podcast, you'll know what happened.
Yeah, I don't see it now. Just to quickly preface this, I left. This was I guess more than 15 years ago. We went to, I don't think it was the home opener of the Blue Jays, but it was a very early game. And we left the venue, and we were walking along the York Street concourse going back into Union Station. And as we look out on the traffic on York Street going onto Front Street, it was just bedlam. There were just people everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, right, the Leafs. So the Leafs had beaten the Ottawa Senators in the first round of the playoffs. Like, it was the very first round, and they beat them and won the series. And everybody spilled into the fucking streets, and we're just watching this going, what the fuck, man? They literally, it's the first round, and you assholes are acting like they won the World Series. And we just stood there for a while and watched it. And then, like, cars were trying to get through, and people were, they started climbing on cars and trucks and like trying to roll them over. And at that time I said, the Leafs can never win the cup, because if they do, the city will burn.
Yeah, well, no, we are one sports victory away from absolute barbarism.
I mean, the Raptors won the world title. They won the NBA title, and the city was fine. Like, there was celebration. There was a shooting at the actual award ceremony the next day. But that's fine. But people. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I was in Vancouver when they were in the final, and they were playing the Rangers, but they were in New York. The game was in New York. Game 7 was in New York. I was watching the game in a theater in Vancouver, and it was very exciting, and they lost. And I was like, oh, well. And then there was a riot in the city. I was literally walking out of the city as things were getting crazy, and I didn't know that there was a riot until I got back to my uncle's place. And
what?
But it was basically, yeah, well, that was it. Because like, why would you riot? And the reason is people said, oh, here's an opportunity for us to have a riot and trash some fucking windows and steal some shit.
Exactly.
And that was all it was. It was organized chaos. That's what's going to happen if the Leafs get to that point, is that there's going to be large groups of people that are going to go, okay, here's the plan. And it's not going to be about, yay, sports. It's going to be, yay, chaos and burning.
Well, therefore, those of us who had spent most of our childhood being abused and bullied by those who would have done such acts, I have an understandable aversion to such proclivities.
Yep. But anyway,
way to drop a portcullis into that conversation.
It's true. But anyway, like, at work, they're doing a Jays rally on Monday, and they're we're gonna have trivia, and they say to me, oh, we're gonna put some highlights up, and we want you to do that. I'm like, no. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find a YouTube video of Jays highlights and play it. How about that? And they're like, oh, I guess that's fine. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. It's almost like they expected me to create a rolling slideshow of highlight GPT. Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, Jesus, I can only imagine now, right? how ChatGPT would just make up players, like it's players that haven't played in a decade, and here's your starting pitcher, George Perez. I don't know, just anyway.
Glorp Flumbledoo.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was able to get really good fastballs because of his 12 fingers.
Yes, exactly. It's precisely. It would be almost amusing if it weren't so sad. We're gonna have lots of AI bullshit later. So
good. Look forward to that podcast.
Anyway, it's just amusing at this point how many people are trying to organize events to channel the fandom into the local. Like, here's a chance for us to create memories for the students via the Blue Jays. So that they'll think highly upon their time here and will give us money when we ask for it down the road.
Exactly.
Oh, I remember when the Jays won the World Series. That was great. Here's $50,000. Anyway.
Funny thing about memories, the good ones are organic and happen naturally.
Yeah. Speaking of memories.
What?
Tron Ares.
Oh, boy. Wow. Okay, there's a transition.
Yeah, I mean,
look, as long as we're moving on from the sports talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I got nothing.
I just want to get my quick review of Tron Ares out of the way.
Please.
That's it. That's pretty much. It is. There's a lot that can be said, and I don't want to get too into it, but it's just fascinating on multiple levels. The fact that there's so many things happening with it. I mean, it's a sequel. It's the third in the series, and it's a follow-up to Tron Legacy, but not really.
They ignore
But it is,
kind of.
but they don't. Like they kind of want to pretend Tron Legacy didn't happen, and so they progress on like it didn't, except for when they make direct references to it. And
because the setup at the end of Tron Legacy was like, oh, now we're in the real world.
And it was a fascinating start. It's like, okay, let's see where we go from that. And they took the basic concept of, oh, let's see what happens in the real world, and then just kind of went, but we don't want to deal with the character at this juncture. So, the fact that Olivia Wilde's character gets brought into reality from the fucking net because she's an IO, and then this whole movie is about AI generated avatars, effectively, that they want to bring into the real world. And so, okay, so I don't know if you've been reading anything about it.
I've been supremely disinterested.
So on a Tron level,
like, it's not even that I hate it. I am completely like, I don't care.
But you loved the original.
Well, of course I love the original.
Did you enjoyed Tron Legacy? And for what it was,
Tron Legacy is pretty good, yeah.
And it wasn't nostalgia-bation, as I've mentioned several times.
You're right, and like I appreciated the new approach that they took. The fact that it was full of practical effects in a Tron movie, like that's a bold choice. It did a lot of good things.
It was a very interesting idea. I mean, in Tron Legacy, it was Clue wanted to bring his army into the real world via. The
plot was negligible. Let's
even
get real.
So, but that was,
you don't watch a Tron film for the plot,
right?
Like,
but it is supposed to be the driving idea. But then, so at the end of the movie, she gets uploaded from the net because she takes Flynn's disc, I think, or something, and that somehow gives her the ability to be transported out. So in the new film, Dillinger. So Encom and Dillinger. Industries. I can't remember the name of the Dillinger's company. So, but basically that still exists, but Encom is their main competition. And they've both got the technology now to basically 3D print shit from the net or the grid, and to bring it into reality. They have, Dillinger Systems has this hangar basically where they've got giant lasers that can in 3D print shit, which you'll appreciate once you see it at some point, and you'll see the fact that it leaves all the scruff. What do they call it? The supports and all that stuff. And then it just kind of falls away as they step out of it or whatever. So they've got a tank, and they've got the warriors are 3D printed, and then they step out of the craft. But the problem is, and the CEO doesn't mention this when he's selling the technology, is that they can only exist for 30 minutes or 29 and a half minutes, basically. I'm sure there's a good reason for that number. So they're both companies are trying to find a way to make that longer. Of course, Dillinger Systems wants to create an army and sell it to the army, to like warriors that can't die, and if they do die, you just print new ones. I'm like, okay. And meanwhile, Encom's trying to end world hunger. Okay, I guess one's the good guy and one's the bad guy in the most Disney fucking way possible.
Yeah, no, already we're like, okay, just like get the book.
And they want to make the nerds happy, and then the remote outpost where the main character's sister has done most of her work is in Alaska, and there's all these old servers around and 5 1/4-inch discs in a tent in Alaska. And I mean, what the fuck, guys? Like, at the very least, you could have made it a bunker in Alaska, in a mile of concrete or something, where it was isolated and protected from the environment. It's a fucking plastic tent in Alaska where all this shit is just, and like they're taking off the plastic and there's snow and shit, and things just fire up. And I mean, guys,
have you never watched Adrian's Digital Basement? Do you not know what happens to tech?
Oh my god, and just dumb shit like
cap
that.
leaks? Were the cap leaks? Check the caps.
Yeah,
those caps
my
are
god.
leaked.
Anyway, they don't give a fuck about anything like that. Like a hard technology, they just punch you in the face. Go back to the basement, nerd. We're trying to make a movie here about nerds for nerds. Nerd. Fuck all the way off. Anyway, it turns out that the secret the secret part that they need to extend the code was written by Kevin Flynn 40 years ago.
Sure.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so he created the fucking code to make 3D printed shit last forever in the real world 40 years ago when he was just coming up with the grid. And
anyone who's ever bought any of my puppets with 3D printed stuff in them, I got bad news.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It's just, and part of it, you're like, but we're just trying to tell a story. It's like, no, you're not trying to tell a story. You're trying to fucking mainline nostalgia for something.
It sounds like they crammed a bunch of like buzzwords together,
right?
And
it's like you want to create fucking life with a 3D printer. Like, Jesus Christ, that's a huge deal, and they just kind of hand wave it. Like, holy God! So Jared
Guillermo del Toro would like a word.
Oh my God, Jared fucking Leto is the avatar of the for the Dillinger Company, for the ultimate soldier that they've created, and a particularly brutal montage at the beginning where he's basically born fully formed, and then they kill him, and then he's reborn, and then they kill him again, and he starts to defend himself, and that's how they train the AI, is by constantly killing him. And yet, despite the fact that this is the only life he's ever known, he gets into the real world and sees rain and has a fucking holy crap moment. Like, it's precipitating outside. Oh my God, I can feel it. This is amazing. He catches feelings despite the fact that he's been programmed to just be a warrior AI. Anyway, I don't want to get into the reads, but it involves. And halfway through the film, I swear to God, I stopped and went, "Holy shit! Was this written by Orci and Kurtzman from the fucking Transformers and Star Trek movies? Like the guys that ruined Star Trek alongside Akiva fucking Goldsman, the creators of Magic Blood from Star Trek Into Darkness, and just plot like, oh, teleporters can send you across the galaxy now just because I needed to for the story, and I don't fucking care because I'm trying to tell a story here. Stop getting caught up in the bullshit, nerd. We're trying to tell a story. So we're just gonna. So now, instead of an industrial laser in a fucking complex to send you to the grid, it's like a rifle basically that they can use to fire it, and also they can throw it at you and say, "Here, take this and shoot the girl into the grid." And then we'll extract the persistence code from her once she's in the grid. And he fucking shoots it from 100 feet away in a helicopter while she's in midair to send her to the fucking grid. Like, oh, that'll look cool. No, because it's dumb as shit. What are you fucking doing? Anyway, there's some cool visual elements. There's some decent stuff, but one of the videos that came up recently.
I love the fact that in the marketing material, it's all about the soundtrack. That's it.
Oh my God.
The only thing you hear is about Nine Inch Nails to the soundtrack. Everybody, hey, did you know about the 9 Inch Nails doing the soundtrack? Because 9 Inch Nails to the soundtrack to this Tron movie. 9 Inch Nails, 9 Inch Nails, 9 Inch Nails.
That was the only choice they had, because Daft Punk score for Tron Legacy is all-time shit. It's all time. It's fucking perfect on every level. There was nobody else that could have done it, and they absolutely fucking nailed it. And 9 Inch Nails is great. I love 9 Inch Nails, and they did a great job with it. It ain't the Daft Punk score. Mm-hmm. And anyway, I'm just the Orci shit really bothered me once I realized that this is basically what they were doing, is just hand waving shit and coming up with bullshit ways to just move the plot forward the way that they wanted it to go.
Yeah.
And then near the end when Jared goes into the fucking Kevin Flynn's server, because that's where the code is being stored. The backup version is in. Oh fuck! Every time I try to think about the plot points, it makes me physically ill. Anyway, a fucking randomizer, the big tank, or the recognizer. Jesus, I'm a little out of it. Anyway, the real life recognizer that comes out, because after the.
Oh, I can see that moment. Them sitting in the writer's room thinking they're so brilliant. Oh, we're going to do a recognizer, but in the real world.
So. And again,
the nerds will have orgasms.
Well, the nerd orgasm is this moment when Ares goes into Kevin Flynn's real server, which is also part of a museum set up in the Encom building on the top floor, where they've recreated his office and evidently used his actual server Which, so once, of course, he gets teleported into that, it's Tron. Oh, remember Tron? Oh, look, it's the grid where he does the light cycle stuff. Oh, look, the Bit's there, and Bit says you got to go
all
through
of the things you
follow
remember.
me, and oh, look, there's the hole in the wall where he drives through to get into the thing, and it's like, fuck off.
You remember this, right? You remember this? You remember this?
Remember? So yeah, it's just member bears.
Have you hit the nostalgia heroin yet?
Jesus Christ! It just they're so fucking proud of themselves for all this shit, and it looked authentic. Of course, it looked authentic. It looked great when they did that, and I don't fucking care. I'm like, whatever, guys. What they did in Tron Legacy elevated the world that they had created. Yeah. This was just nostalgia based, and just the things that this will look cool. Like, so when we bring the light cycles into the real world, they can leave the trail behind them that can cut shit in half. What? I mean, okay, I guess it looks cool, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, Jesus, what? Anyway, the video that I saw mentioned how empty everything is. Like, it's part of the problem with a lot of the modern blockbusters is that all of the climactic sequences
reference.
Well,
but
it's not just culturally empty. It's literally empty. Like, the cities have no people.
Right.
There's just, for, like in Fantastic Four, the climax, they make a point of abandoning New York City so they can have their one-on-one with Galactus.
Again.
Well, it's a plot point. Like, but
it's
it also
not easy,
Right. Superman, this year's the new Superman film, they evacuate Metropolis for the confrontation, and they make a whole plot point out of that just so that they can have an empty city.
People are hard, okay?
Right, and it's also, they're a threat, and you have to worry about them. I mean, as much as I hate the Zack Snyder Man of Steel film, there were people in fucking Metropolis that were getting killed as the battles were happening, and that was a plot point, but they didn't really embrace it enough and have Superman freak out going, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking getting all these fucking people killed, I should probably take this fight elsewhere. Instead it was just Zod, oh no, grimdark. So it was a very frustrating film, and at the end, as Ares is now free and has the code to make him, he transitions from red to white. It's such a beautiful, powerful moment, and so he's free, and he's walking the earth, but he's also looking for someone, and he shows that you have a picture of Olivia Wilde and fucking coordinates written down in pencil on the photograph. It's like, oh, I guess he's looking for her because here are the coordinates of her last location. Fuck off. Like, they have such contempt for the audience. Like, our audience are stupid, so we're gonna make it as fucking obvious as possible for all this dumb bullshit. And then even then, so you acknowledge that the person got out of the net, and then they made it sound like at the end of Legacy that he was going to announce that, yes, there's intelligence in these systems called IOs, and they can be brought into the real world, like my associate here, who happens to be hot as shit. And they just went, yeah, but we're not going to mention IOs at all in this film. We're just going to have the AIs and just pretend that they're effectively the same.
The fact is, Olivia said no, so
but they're using her picture in it. I mean, she's obviously
but that's
sign
contractually obligated,
right? And Garrett Hedlund's nowhere to be seen because he didn't want to, or they didn't want to have anything to do with that. And then I'd forgotten that Cillian Murphy played Dillinger Jr. Yeah, and basically his sister is played by Gillian Anderson in the new film, and she is absolutely fucking wasted. It's comical how they just have her basically to shit talk her son, played by the guy who played Quicksilver in the Fox X-Men films. He's great, but it's a shitty character.
Yeah.
And she's basically just there to be disappointed in him constantly. And it's so pathetic. Like, she's the daughter of David Warner, who looms large visually. Oh, and the final, there's a stinger after the credits because he retreats into the grid, the shitty son, and because of course the cops are coming to take him away for all this destruction that he's caused. He hacked the NCOM servers, and there's evidence, and they know that he did all this, and so he runs into his own grid and discovers the Sark subroutine. And he grabs the disc, and he roars back, and they see the fucking helmet start coming off of his head, and they cut the black, and you're like, ooh.
Oh, good.
And the film is
even
on
David
track.
Warner has no peace in death.
There is the film is tracking at $130 million loss for Disney, so there's almost no chance that they're going to follow up with
Good
it.
stuff.
So fuck. I mean, there were elements. Had they not cast Jared Leto, that would and I saw a clip where Jared was like, "I was so in love with this character, I made them make the film about me." He literally said this in a fucking interview, that he redirected the production to focus on his character instead of whatever the fuck probably good story they had.
Dear Jared Leto, fuck off. That's it.
Well,
that's
I mean,
that's all
he's effectively done as a leading man. He's not going to get another shot. I mean, between Morbius and this, he's done. He's a fucking meme. Nobody's gonna. He'll star.
The fact that he's a meme means he will. Like
no, well, he'll be cast in shitty movies and he'll be
Yeah.
the star. Fucking Johnny Depp is. They just announced that he's gonna play Ebenezer Scrooge in his Christmas Carol. Like, oh, what genius fucking casting! Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Good luck with that. Anyway, so that's Tron Ares. Fucking watch it on Disney Plus. You're not missing anything.
We've now done a half hour on sports and Tron Ares.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway,
Good,
yeah,
bad,
whatever.
bad.
I want to see.
bad,
I'm
all
hoping to
bad.
see
Everything's
Del
bad.
Toro's Frankenstein.
Yes.
Tomorrow or Sunday. I mean, so that'll be excellent. I'm very excited to see that. It's playing at the.
I've been
Cinemax.
loving the quotes that have been floating around that he has been giving about AI. Because
Oh my god, it's great.
I will if I ever have the privilege of meeting Guillermo del Toro, I will give him a kiss full on the lips
Yep.
because he's amazing.
Yep.
I don't even have the show notes up. I should probably do that.
Your
Where are
coping
we?
mechanism.
Coping mechanism. Oh, good. Because, okay, I guess you haven't guessed what QTCC stands for.
QTCC stands for QuickTime
Nope.
Creative Commons.
Well, I mean, Creative Commons is a good thing, and we like it, but no. Welcome to Coping Mechanism. After all of the bad and weird things of sports and Tron, we are doing Coping Mechanism, where we talk about the stuff that has inspired, distracted, or empowered us in the past 2 weeks. This is literally the third time I have changed what my coping mechanism.
The good news is that means you have several, which is great.
I got backups.
I got a couple as well, and that's.
You want to
great.
go first?
No. I mean, mine's pretty quick and dirty. So
Well, let's do yours first, and then we can get to mine, and then we can transition to the Puppet Pit because I will be doing some talking.
Garth Marenghi is back.
Marenghi.
Garth Marenghi.
That's a good name.
Garth Marenghi is a fucking legend. He created the incredible Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, which lasted a mere 6 episodes, but that was all that was needed. It was a brilliant series featuring Matthew Holness, the star, and the great Matt Berry, and Richard Ayoade. Phenomenal. It's basically the concept is that the Garth Marenghi is effectively Stephen King, who's convinced of his super genius. He's the greatest writer that ever lived, as far as he's concerned. And but Matthew is just the performance that he does as Garth Marenghi is just he's a man who couldn't believe in himself more. He's the most confident man on earth, and it's not necessarily justified, and yet you couldn't convince him otherwise. So he had created this brilliant series that was never aired. It was created in the 80s, and it didn't air until the 90s when the ITV ran out of content and became desperate to him looking for something, and he let them
Please,
air.
there's no more Ren and Stimpy. We have to do something.
All 6 episodes are on YouTube, and they're absolutely worth watching. They're fucking amazing and funny as hell. And he's back, and he's got a podcast with Mike Flanagan, great filmmaker, called Titans of Terror. But it's celebrating his new novel, which is coming out as well. Garth Marenghi is a visionary horror author, director, and dreamweaver. It's so good. I think you'll really appreciate it. But anyway, he's got this podcast, which is fantastic. And yeah, Mike Flanagan is a great filmmaker. He did Midnight Mass. Is that what it was? he's done a bunch of Stephen King stuff. He recently did The Life of Chuck with Tom Hiddleston, and anyway, so they did a fun little podcast where Garth gets to be Garth, and anyway, he's got a new novel coming out. People just think he's a hack, but he's actually a fucking genius. Except he's not. The Bursted Earth. The follow-up to Incarcerat, which was a follow-up to Terror Tome. But that's coming out next week. He's doing a book tour, but only in the UK. He's British. But anyway, it's a phenomenal character with a great comic actor who should be in everything. And he's one of those guys that you see him and you go, oh, right, that guy.
Oh, them, yeah.
Yeah, but for he's just never gotten his due, which is heartbreaking. He's been in a bunch of things, and I'm sure he's done a lot of writing for stuff that people would see. I mean, anyway, he's part of that crew from the Peep Show era.
Oh, and, right, yeah.
You know, as I said, Richard Ayoade and Matt Berry are just the best. So anyway, the fact that Garth Marenghi is back and we can hear his dulcet tones explaining the horrors of horror and to the world.
Seasonally appropriate.
It's good stuff. So I've left a link in the show notes, and so his YouTube channel's got the podcast with Mike Flanagan. And the book is available next week. Probably an Audible is the only way to go. I don't like audio books, but fucking Garth Marenghi reading his own shit,
sure, yeah.
You can't top that. That's it. I would put it above Alan Partridge.
Right.
Like that's good shit. But Garth Marenghi is just delightful. Anyway, QTCC.
So I had a hell of a week. As Andrew knows, I won't go into the details because I already did when Andrew and I were having our warm up here. So yeah, no, it's been a very stressful week, and to just literally today, the stress kind of ended today when I got through my work day. And when I did get through my work day, I just looking around the internet for things to distract me. This month. Now, yes, I'm crowbarring Warframe into the intro. That's how bad it is.
Wow.
QTCC stands for the Quest to Conquer Cancer. This is an annual fundraising event that the Warframe devs do for the Princess Margaret Hospital in Toronto to raise funds for cancer research. It is a particular pet project of theirs. And one of the things that it made me aware of is, I'm just about to hit I have just barely surpassed my 1 year anniversary, as we talked about before, of playing Warframe. This has been like the fifth or sixth charity event that I'm aware of that they've done since I've been playing regularly. That's how many charities things that these people do.
Can't stop, won't stop.
And the amazing thing about it is every single goddamn time they blow their goals out of the water. The community comes the fuck out for these things. It is amazing to see. So this year, Quest to Conquer Cancer, there's a whole community of there's a creator program with officially sponsored creators. And then if you donate during their streams, they're officially sanctioned by Digital Extremes, and the donations go into the group, pool and all that stuff. So I'm sitting here watching some of the Warframe creators, and I regularly watch their videos, and for build videos and stuff, and it's stuff I watch every day. And they're doing streams, and they're putting themselves through ridiculous tortures of they're playing the game, but they're having these ridiculous restrictions on them. At $100 donations, I'll play with my controls inverted, that kind of thing, right? And they're doing the work, man. They have knocked their goals out of the water so much that we are now into stretch goals, and this happens all of October, and October ain't done yet.
So they're very shitty at setting goals.
But they're not. That's the amazing thing. It's they're I remember before this there was a charity event to do, and I can't even remember what the name of the charity is, my bad, but it was for a UK charity that does gaming accessibility for disabled people, right?
Yeah.
And literally during the weekly community stream, which again weekly they do every week, they had these, like, it was here's a $1,000 goal, there's a $5,000 goal. By the end of the stream, they had like quadrupled what they thought their maximum was going to be.
Jesus.
The devs, like the community hosts, who were, there's 4 people who cycle regularly on these community streams. They were practically in tears by the end of it. They could not believe it. Like, the community came the fuck out, and that happens consistently. So this is what I keep coming back to. It's like, this feels weird. I'm in a healthy relationship with a video game, and this is what that's like. And this is the thing. This is, again, why Warframe is such a weird and unique thing, is like, it's more than just the game. It's the people around the game. And this shit happens regularly. Like, the Princess Margaret Hospital, like the director of the hospital did a video for DE to introduce this year's campaign, because that's how much this matters to them. That's how much they contribute.
It's great.
Every goddamn year. Like, it's amazing. So that was just like, look, I'm part of this. This is beautiful. This is people coming together to do a genuinely good, impactful thing to help other people that they don't even know. So shout out to the Warframe community, because you have been my coping mechanism for the past, well, at least today, let me tell you. So so there we go. And I'm losing my voice, which is not a good thing for a podcast. So there is the copy. I will leave a link. It's going on all of October. So if you want to donate, I will leave a link to the official page where you can go and donate to the Quest to Conquer Cancer. I am, of course, not in the official Warframe community creator program, but fucking go. Like, just go. If you can give anything, by all means do. It all matters. So,
excellent.
Yeah, it's all good. And here's the great part. The way they do these is, like, if you hit the goals, everybody who's currently playing Warframe gets certain reward unlocks. So, like, on October 31st, everybody who's playing the game, whether you contributed or not, is going to log into the game and get all these great things for free because we hit our goals. Like, that is how it works.
That's fantastic.
So this is how you do it. This is how you do it, folks. Yep. This is a good thing. Okay, we are going to take a quick break, and we will be back with the Puppet Pit. You have entered an alternate dimension, a dimension of fleece and fur, of foam and industrial adhesives, so I hope you have good ventilation. A signpost up ahead. Watch your step. You have just stumbled into the Puppet Pit. Welcome to the Puppet Pit, where we talk about the puppet side of Operation Puppet for the last 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We are on schedule, which is not completely unheard of.
We're good. We're good at that.
So let's see. Last time we talked about the sloth because that was the big thing. So the past 2 weeks I had a commission to do last week for a repeat client, and these were 2 humans. And the humans were done. This is the one that I'm sure I talked about last time, where the client had emailed me and said, "Fuck the orange asshole, I will pay the tariffs."
Yep.
That was, so this is that job. So I made sure they were pretty darn good, and I put a little extra into them.
Unlike the other puppets,
which are
dog shit.
No, obviously not. So yeah, those got done, thankfully. So 2 humans in that was last week. This week things got real interesting, so we're going to talk about that. In the interim, we're gonna combine both of these, the second half of the first note and the second note, into one talk here. Mm-hmm. So we are going to get political, FYI, because that's just the nature of the beast in this case. So as we know, there have been some growing protests in the United States of America, justifiably so, against ICE, and of course the big protests, the No Kings protest last week at the time of recording. And one of the things, one of the figures that has emerged as a kind of iconic hero of the current movement is, of course, the frog.
Yes.
Because it's brilliant. This is the thing I love about the whole frog thing, is that, like, the reason that it was a person in a frog costume, these costumes are like inflatable, and so they are very good protection against, like, the pepper spray bullets that the fucking pigs use against the protesters. And they're funny. So fucking fascists don't know how to cope with that shit because they've got no sense of humor. Yep. This is one of the weapons that we can use against them, is that we can fucking take a joke. So when I saw that, I went, oh, bitch, you're on my territory now. Now, previously, as I talked about, I had started prototyping a new model of puppet to go up on the shop. I have called the Schnurbs for various reasons, but they are very simple constructions that can fit into a small box for shipping costs and don't take a lot of time to make. So I can charge a lower price point because no one's got extra money to spend on shit because capitalism. Again, this is me trying to compensate for all of the shit that's gone down, right? I'm trying to make a puppet that people can still afford to buy, that doesn't cost an arm and a leg in shipping, and yet I can still make in a reasonable amount of time. It just so happened, coincidentally, that the frog was the first puppet that I made as a prototype. So I went, opportunity strikes. So I got an inspiration literally in the middle. I lost a night of sleep because of this. I got an inspiration literally in the middle of the night, and I woke up and went, oh shit, for a new character. And the character is, of course, Antifa Frog.
Yes, as chronicled in the amazing TikToks recently.
So this is, to me, what the answer is to satire is dead, right? Because, and this is true partly in that things have got to such an absurd point that, like, how the fuck do you satire this? How do you do a parody of something that's already a parody, right? Yep. How does Paul Verhoeven, the Paul Verhoeven world became real? Like, how do you even do that, right? Yep. So my answer is, well, you don't. You just hold a mirror up to it.
Yep.
Right? You just show how ridiculous this is, but then add a little twist. Add a little, like, inject a little bit of real world into it. So my concept is, or this all started with the whole absurdity that Antifa, and this is serious shit too, right? Like, Antifa, quote unquote Antifa, has been declared a terrorist organization.
Yeah, because they're woke.
Yeah, what the fuck does that even mean? There is any reasonable human being knows there is no such thing as an organization called Antifa. That does not exist.
It's brought to you by the same people who came up with the lift yourself up by the bootstraps.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
But the problem, of course, and again, any reasonable person knows this, the problem is then they can apply that label to anybody they don't like and therefore prosecute them. That is the goal, and they know it. Yep. Like, that's clearly what's happening here. But the way to parody that is to go, at least from my way of thinking, okay, what if Antifa was an actual organization?
Yep.
But it's an organization that exists in the real world. Therefore, it's just a fucking office. What if it's just an office? What if it's just some guy? We need to do the things. What if the photocopier at Antifa headquarters jams? Like, that's my thinking. And so Antifa Frog is just the guy who does the morning announcements for Antifa headquarters.
It's great. It's really fantastic.
I am weirdly proud of this moment. And it's
perfect.
It's got a relatively good response. And because of that, I went, okay, this is obviously a moment in time, and it's because of where we are in internet culture and all that stuff. This is not going to last. So I got to capitalize on this now. So that's why the other builds that were done, I am wrapping this around. See how skillfully I did that. This week, I have made 4 of various colored Antifa frogs, which will be available for sale on Monday. I did not have time to get to all the listings today, but they will be available on Monday for a reduced than I really should put them up price, because I want people to be able to afford them, because nothing would make me happier than somebody buying one of these puppets and taking it to a protest and sending me a picture. That would make my fucking day. Please, somebody do that. So that's what I did this week, and that's the story of Antifa Frog.
I'm confident by the end of the week you'll be sending out 4 very small packages.
I certainly hope so. And again, I because this is a moment and it's a meme, basically, it's not going to last long. Like Antifa Frog has a limited lifespan, and I know that's why I'm trying to kind of like, let's do this now.
As the character, but the puppet design is fantastic. So.
The design will live on. Like there's all kinds of things I could do with
the
that.
character of Antifa Frog. Yes, he's limited, and that's a good thing.
That's
hopefully he won't be necessary.
This is the thing. I'm kind of like it is exhausting to try to like kind of get, okay, I got to do this now, right? That is the whole process of being a hashtag content creator.
You should make Blue Jay puppets.
I mean, no, just no. But anyway, there we go. That's Antifa Frog. That's been this week.
Yeah.
So as a result, because this week was so stuff. There was stuff this week.
I was going to say scuffed, but stuffed is good.
Scuffed stuff was this week. I was not able to do a build stream this week. There was one last week. But what I did do this week was there was a new tutorial video out, which I think I shot on the last build stream, possibly. I don't know. I don't even remember. But there was a new tutorial video out. So whenever I have to miss a build stream, I do try and do it at a time where I have a tutorial video in the queue that I can get out. So at least every Thursday there's something, right? So that went out, and that's kind of it. That's where we are. Hopefully. Oh wait, yes, we're almost at Halloween. That's the next thing.
Very, very close.
We are effectively 1 week away from Halloween.
Now, my understanding is though that every day is Halloween.
Well, okay, now around here that's true. However, in the real world, that's not necessarily true.
For the normies, it's Friday.
But we have one build stream before Halloween. That's the important point.
That'll be fun.
There will be. I am planning a thing. I've had to adjust my plans based on my current state of things. But there will be, at least at the current time of recording, a build stream on the Thursday before Halloween. So it's the day before Halloween on the 30th. And we will be doing a special Halloween thing for that. So there we go. That's it. That's the Muppet Pit.
Fantastic.
We did it. We got through it. Wow.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, there's a pretty thick and, as the legends say, girthy Pixel Town coming up. So stay tuned for that. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be back with Pixel Town. The sky above the port was the color of a YouTube video locked behind 17 unskippable ads. Around the rainy streets, people dodged out-of-control robo-taxis and shot down delivery drones carrying $50 burgers. Here we fight the corporate arcologies and get excited about avoiding our phones. Welcome to the mean streets of Pixel Town. Welcome to Pixel Town, where we talk about tech, gaming, internet culture, and all things thereunto related.
And arcologies.
I love the word arcologies.
It's so
is just
fucking good.
Just a good word. That is a very good word. Thank you. I mean, William Gibson was the person who introduced me to the word arcologies, and I don't know that I've ever heard it in any other context. So I'm going to assume that William Gibson invented the word arcologies because
thank you, William Gibson.
it's a good word. All right, starting as sometimes is common with a mini deck nook. So the news is in, the reviews are in, all of the things are in about the ROG Ally X.
The ROG Ally X, Xbox X.
Xbox X with extra X's.
Like, fuck me. I don't know the
There's
actual
about
name
17 X's in various places.
because it's like the ROG Ally Xbox and the ROG Ally Xbox X. Because Jesus Christ, guys, you just suck at this so fucking much. It's so bad.
So the good news is that the hardware looks really good. Also, really expensive. That's not good news. That's bad news, actually. But the hardware is really good. The bad news is the software is not.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's Windows. It's just
this
Windows.
This is the fuck up. Is they didn't, for whatever fucking reason,
I can tell you the reason.
have the compact version of Windows ready. They were supposed to have a special lean version of Windows 11 or 40 or whatever the fuck it is, and that was going to run Xbox stuff so much better because they took out all the bloatware, but they went, we'll get it eventually, but for now, here's the full
We
fat
can't
experience.
have an Xbox, a Microsoft device that doesn't run AI bullshit. We can't have it. It can't exist.
Yeah. It turned out that all their attempts to compact it meant they couldn't do all the AI bullshit, so they went, well, fuck that. Full fat fuck you version, here you go.
Yep. So, people have been putting various iterations of Linux on it, and turns out it runs, 35% faster because of that.
And they knew that. And it kills them. But the simple truth is, it's an Asus machine, not a Microsoft machine. Mm-hmm. There's nothing they can do about it. So eat shit. You guys didn't want to fucking make your own reasonably streamlined version of Windows to run shit. Guess what? It's gonna fail. And you know what? They don't give a shit because they know that a certain percentage of users are the only people who are gonna do shit like this.
It's a brand. It's just a brand. It's literally just a logo.
A lot of people are just gonna think, oh, it's an Xbox, and that's it. They're never gonna. They may never even heard of. These are people that may not have even heard of a Steam Deck somehow, but they know about Xbox and they know, oh, this is a handheld Xbox. What a perfect idea.
There's the logo. I know.
And they go, I'm gonna get that. I'm sorry, it's how much? It's like, oh, but this one's $600 and this one's $1,000. Gee whiz, that's a big difference in price. What do you get for the other one? I'm glad you asked, Billy. You get more. Fuck, man. I don't know.
That's the right response. That one you just had right just now, that's the correct
Do you have
response.
the money or not, Billy? Because we got the hardware for you. But, you know, there are some killer handheld units out there. And the new ones are just, they're all fucking 1,500 American. Mm-hmm. They're 1,500 freedom dollars. For, you want the juice, you got to pay for the juice. And a lot of people have the scratch for it, so they're going to buy it. They claim that they've run out of the initial allocation of the units. Great, congratulations. But as we said before, they couldn't commit to the 10 million units or whatever the fuck they had to commit to for it to just be an Xbox machine. So it is what it is. And, you know, and if they're selling it well, great. It means that handheld gaming is going to be more established and there will be more opportunities down the road. Meanwhile, Valve goes, cool.
Yeah, exactly. This is the brilliance of what Valve has done with the Steam Deck and continues to do in not changing it and in going, okay, we were the leader. Mm-hmm. Now we're the budget version.
Yeah.
Cool. Fine.
Everything runs fan-fucking-tastic.
You know who can't afford shit? Most people. Mm-hmm. So they're still going to buy a Steam Deck over one of these things, despite the fact that they may want the other thing, but they can afford our thing.
And I mean, like so many other things, you got to do some research.
Yeah.
And I've watched a couple of videos recently where they compare the two versions of the ROG Ally Xbox edition versus the Steam Deck versus the Claw, the Legion Go, and all that. And then the simple truth is when you fire up a game, and you compare the actual frame rates, there's not a huge amount of difference. You know, the differences are the size of the screen, depending on the unit you get. The Legion Go 2, ludicrously expensive, but it's got that giant fuck off beautiful screen, and it runs at a higher resolution, and it makes a big difference if you can deal with something that size.
Yeah,
because that's the other thing. A lot of people don't really understand the difference. Like, they might have had a Switch for a while, and a Switch is quite small and light and reasonable, and then you get the chonkers, and you're like, oh shit, this looks incredible, and your eyes bug out, and you're like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then you use it for a while, and your arms go, good night, everybody.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. But you got to get used to that. You got to understand the use case. So anyway, we'll bounce back to the Xbox bullshit later. But yeah, as far as it is good that handheld gaming is blossoming.
Yes,
it is having a moment. There's more coming. Valve has basically said, yes, we're going to have a Steam Deck 2 in probably 27, because that makes sense. That's the logical time. And it will, there will be a notable increase in performance between the two. It will be more expensive, but it will do more things, because it's been almost 10 fucking years since it was initially launched. So it'll be time for a reasonable refresh, instead of what everybody else in the industry wants to do as an annual fucking refresh. Like, let's pump the brakes here, kids. Anyway, let's tear through this shit, and then we can come back to dunking on Microsoft.
That's easy. Come on.
So this week AWS went down.
Yeah,
and fucked everybody's shit up for a while.
Oof.
Were you affected by it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or I thought you said you went to play something and it was down, or was that something else?
No, that was me.
A lot of people were in that boat. Like,
I play Warframe.
I got time. Let me fire up.
Warframe's peer-to-peer, motherfucker. They don't care.
Because it affected a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I think even Valve was down. Like, I think the Steam front was down.
Possibly.
Anyway, there was a lot of sites were affected for quite a while, and this has turned out to be one of the most expensive outages for Amazon, because they had to make good because of the scale of it. And I mean, it's so weird that I put all of my eggs in one basket, and then something happened.
When something happened to that basket, and all of my eggs are gone. I don't know. How does that even happen?
It's like the monopolies are a bad fucking idea. It's the takeaway. Anyway, the one most comical thing that came out of this was the story of 8 Sleep. 8 Sleep has been peddling $3,000 beds.
Oh, right.
That have it has special duvets that can cool down and heat up for whatever the situation is.
Who's buying this shit?
And
oh my God.
They have beds that are also they can go into like a incline or whatever, and like, recliner version. So they fold up so you can be sitting up in bed basically, and then it'll flatten out for when it's time to go to sleep. The $3,000 bed has a subscription. And there's 2 different fucking levels of subscription, because of course it's got to do biometrics and track your sleep and all the other bullshit. But it also turns out,
how would you know how well you slept unless a device told you how well you slept?
Precisely. It turns out when the internet goes down, the bed stops working. Like, people, like, it works in that it's still, people were saying that their sheets were like 8 degrees above room temperature, because that was the temperature they had it set for initially, and then they would just turn it off, and it couldn't turn it off because it couldn't connect to the internet, and went, nope, fuck you, I'm not doing anything until I can confirm.
I'm sorry, the sheets are climbing in temperature. What do I do?
One guy had his bed stuck in the recliner mode, and it wouldn't flatten out. He couldn't set it to normal so he could actually go to sleep. Because the system has to make sure that you're not stealing the service.
You're not stealing the bed.
I can't verify your subscription status right now, so I have to assume that you're a dirty thief, and I'm gonna basically not let you do shit and change anything.
You're stealing the bed subscription? You're stealing the bed subscription.
So what the fuck are people doing?
What do they think cyber pirates do?
Guess what happened in the wake of this? Like, 2 things happened. 8 Sleep went, fuck, all right, fine, we have to have some kind of offline mode. And everybody went, oh, you think we should have an offline mode for the bed? For the fucking bed technology that you're selling us, that we're paying a fucking subscription to? You think we should have an offline mode so that we don't lose the ability to go to sleep at night? Jesus fucking Christ. So guess the other thing what people did? They hacked their fucking beds. They hacked their fucking beds to get off of the bullshit so they could not have to worry about this ever happening again. And now they've got a $3,000 bed that doesn't have to talk to the internet anymore
that
to
runs
do its
Linux.
fucking job.
Gosh.
Oh my Lord. Again, satire. You can't satirize this.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't go to bed because AWS went down.
The internet
and
was down, yeah.
Because my bed couldn't talk to the internet. I couldn't change the settings, and it was locked into an uncomfortable position.
I've said it before, and it's just more true as time goes on. Despite all of the brilliant authors and creative works that we had in the 80s that were projecting where we're going, the one that was the most prescient, the one that got the most right, was Max fucking Headroom.
Yeah.
They got it. They saw it.
Yep.
They knew. The amount that they got correct is fucking scary.
It is. And in a similar note, it was the new product that was announced this week was the Kohler Decoder. Have you heard about the Kohler Decoder?
No.
It's
I'm
a
scared.
sensor you install in your fucking toilet.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That will verify your health based on your waste. It's like a camera. Now here's the beautiful thing. Years ago, Adult Swim did a fucking infomercial for a product that was basically taking a picture of your asshole so that would identify who was using the system, and then it would analyze your waste, but it knew who was using it because it took a picture of your ass. And then it goes off on a tangent because, of course, it turned out that it would take pictures of underage people, and then they had to basically say it's not child pornography because it's being used for medical reasons. Oh my God, it was fucking brilliant. Anyway, so the Dakota is real, and this thing it's this beautifully designed piece of technology that basically looks at your poop and your pee and decides whether or not you're healthy or not. This is the thing, though. Yes, of course, it uses an app. Yes, of course, there's a subscription to it. The entire page, and you can verify this if you go to the link that I put on to the actual Kohler website. Do you know what is not on this page at all, anywhere that I can see? AI. There is not a single mention of AI in this entire fucking marketing bullshit website to sell the product, and it mentions the app and that it's doing all this health stuff, and not once do they say AI. And I was actually I discovered this myself because I was looking for it, and I was kind of shocked because this felt like an easy layup for them. Like, of course they're going to mention AI. Even they recognize we are talking about taking pictures of your shit. We cannot invoke AI in any of this discussion because of the current status of AI and discussion about AI. So yes, this entire page for Kohler makes absolutely no mention of AI, and they mention the app and all of the sensors and all of the get insights into subtle changes. It detects blood in the stool because you can't do that yourself. But yeah, there's no fucking mention of AI anywhere that I could see on this entire site.
Genuinely interesting.
Yes,
that is...
yes. So that was my real takeaway from this. So the joke of, haha, we're taking pictures of your poop and your pee. And you know what? There's absolutely a good reason for this, but just the little things like
I question their medical credentials.
There's a lot. Dr. Justin Coe.
I'm sure Dr. Justin has.
Instead of flushing away vital clues, Dakota can help translate your body's signals into information and insights you can use to live healthier every day. And then it gets to privacy first features, fingerprint authentication, start and stop sessions on your remote, optional via fingerprint authentication. Encryption at every step. Dakota and the Kohler Health app are intentionally designed to keep your data private and secure. Discrete optics. Dakota's sensors see down into your toilet and nowhere else. So they are super fucking aware of the concerns that everybody's going to have about this kind of technology. But
I don't know. I've been having some issues with fiber, and suddenly when I'm on Amazon, it wants to sell me all these fiber supplements.
So
I don't know
weird.
why. It's weird. It's like they know about my poop for some reason.
I am moderately interested in how they're scanning shit. I'm not literally scanning shit. What kind of sensors are on this thing that it can actually get reasonable information?
Like, this sounds.
Is it temperature?
Somebody get Hank Green on this.
Yeah.
Somebody get Hank Green on this shit. Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
So anyway,
You said it can't be parodied.
So the joke was just the existence of this device, but like I said, the fascinating element is the absolute lack of AI in the marketing material.
Yeah,
in the current market, this could be one of the early indicators.
It's a little bellwether.
There it is.
Yeah,
you know, they recognize that this is not worth discussing, and we're just going to pretend it doesn't exist, and we're going to hope that our audience recognizes that there's use to this and that they'll see the health benefits, and that's that. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
That is very interesting. You are correct. I agree.
Yeah. And Kevin was asking earlier, what is Fallout Day?
I don't know what Fallout Day is.
So Fallout Day
if
is...
Jamie was still on the podcast, we would all know what Fallout Day is.
He would give us the full breakdown of the history of Fallout Day, because he is a huge fan of the franchise. He was a fan of it before it was a franchise, to be honest. Before we talked about franchises, you know, he loved Fallout.
Back when Mastodons roamed the tundra.
So they basically decided that on this day it was either the day the nukes went off or the day that they left the vault the first time. I'm not sure which one it is.
Right.
So anyway, so it's a marketing excuse.
Yeah.
Primarily,
like everything, like what is N7 Day or whatever. Like
yes, exactly. And of course, everybody was hoping they would announce the next Fallout game. And that's not what happened. So this is the thing. Now, fans of the franchise were like, okay, we're not expecting an announcement about a new Fallout game, because that's still a ways away. But everybody was begging for a remaster of Fallout New Vegas, which is considered to be the high water mark of the franchise. Mm-hmm. And instead they went, you know what? You guys asked for it. You got it. Fallout 4 remastered.
I'm going to take it that's not good.
For the 10th anniversary of Fallout 4, they went, we're going to do the Bethesda remaster. You're welcome. So, yeah, and nobody's happy about it. They just decided this was the way to go. And so everybody's like, nobody wants that.
Or this was the easy way to go.
It is. It's very easy to do an upgraded, slightly cleaner version of Fallout 4. So including all of the DLC. There were 6 pieces of DLC, 4 of which were workshops, like just building shit. There were 2 narrative-based ones. One of them sucked ass, and the other one was really good. But yeah, this was their big announcement. They're doing a new Fallout New Vegas bundle, which is literally just a bunch of tchotchkes and shit with a digital copy of New Vegas. And they're like, you're welcome. Oh, and also here's a trailer for the new season of Fallout coming to Amazon on December 15th or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, you know, okay. This really baked my brain. Fallout Shelter, which is the mobile game, 10-year anniversary.
Yep.
Can you fucking imagine playing that game for 10 years? I played it for a couple of weeks and went, I'm done. Yeah. Like, I recognize that I've gotten all I can get out of this. There are obviously people out there who've been playing it for 10 fucking years at the same shelter. God bless, man. Whatever.
It's existed for 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, and Fallout 76 has a new expansion that features Walter Goggins' character from Fallout. So, sure. By most accounts,
synergy.
Yeah, 76 is a perfectly reasonable game now. Like it was garbage at the launch, and it eventually found its legs, and that's fine. But I mean, anyway, they just basically just turned it really to be a big commercial for the TV show, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's Fallout Day. So now you know, and no, there is no Fallout 5 coming anytime soon. But they did. That was their announcement. Was basically, we're working on it. Just let us fucking do our jobs.
Yeah. Shut the hell up, please. Yeah. All right. So, one of among the next things that we can expect, other than not Fallout 5, I don't know, and there's no segue here. So do you like AI?
I do.
Because I hope you do, because the next iteration of Windows is going to be driven by AI.
Right, because what better?
There's nothing you want more than to just shout at your computer and have it misunderstand you.
The one thing I've always asked of Windows is I would love it if I could do it with my hands tied behind my back. I would want to be able to do all of my computing.
Think of the
verbally.
plot elements in Columbo episodes that you could do with the hostage is tied up. What do? Well, they can just talk to their computer. Yeah, so the next iteration of Windows, it's going to be AI-centric. They want Windows to work on your behalf. Mm-hmm. You don't have to think about your OS, Andrew. You don't have to tell your OS what to do. It will just do it for you.
Yeah, we had that. It's called Apple. Fucking Apple's Mac OS was the one that was like, don't fucking worry about drivers or any of that shit. We'll take care of all of that.
This is more than drivers.
No, I know.
This is like you don't have to add stuff to your calendar. Mm-hmm. You don't have to whatever anything that any agency as a human being in your life that if you ever wanted to make a decision, don't worry, you don't have to.
We got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And yet they still won't have a Windows phone for it to talk to because they fucked that up so royally. You know, that would be the most logical extension of this would be a mobile device that's based on Windows, but that's not. Don't give me sort of
I actually loved my Windows phone.
Yeah,
my Windows phone was awesome.
Yeah,
there was that golden age where Windows was actually good. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the Nokia. But
yeah, so one of the interesting results of this is I have never seen more people asking about switching to Linux than
it was the fact that the week after they forced everybody to jump to 11, that was when they said, okay, now that you're all on Windows 11, here's what's coming up next.
Yeah,
and just announced casually that
AI everything.
AI will be running your shit now. You're welcome.
Yeah. So, you know what? As a dedicated Linux user, I'm like, good. Yep. Do it. Go. Yeah.
And more people have been getting on that, and good. You know, I mean, I'm getting closer. Obviously,
I honestly don't. I can't even imagine how like anybody is still working on. Like, I do. Like we talked about a lot in the last podcast. When I want to play a VR game, I do have to drop down into Windows on my portable drive, but that thing is so fucking trimmed back to the fucking bone that you would never know it. Like it's just.
And the problem is they're gonna make it harder and harder to opt out.
Yeah.
That's the issue. If
your lack of choice is their goal.
I understand that they want to make things easier for my mother, and that's fine. You know, she's got simple needs, and I'm sure that they...
Or do they just want to be able to extract more value from her?
Well, that's obviously that's the real goal. But I mean, at the surface level, there could be some validity to what they are offering. But I also would like to be given the opportunity to say, no, thank you. You know, it's nearly impossible to get Gemini off of your fucking Google device, as you've seen. And that's because they're like, why would you want to get rid of it? It's all perfect.
It's all part of the whole, like, the opt-out thing. It doesn't exist. And it's all like, oh, I would like to see less of this, not none of this. It's never none of this. It's never don't ever show me this. It's like, oh, I want to see less. No, none ever. No, they don't understand. Here's a news flash for you. Tech bros don't understand. No,
they absolutely do not.
Consent is a thing that happens to other people.
Yeah, and then of course at the same time and OpenAI has announced an AI web browser. I don't know what that means. I honestly don't know what that even means. I couldn't bring myself to even read the article about it because, of course, they want to have a fucking web browser, and of course, there's going to be people that are going to say, "Thank God, I can just have a web browser based around ChatGPT." Holy Jesus!
Exactly. What does that even mean? What does that do?
I don't think I'm not even going to find a fucking link for it. There was an announcement last week as an app somebody came up with on the fly involving ChatGPT that will generate vacation photos for you.
You posted this on the Discord.
Okay, that's what it was. I couldn't remember if I shared it or not, but that was the thing. It's this person thought this was a brilliant idea. And literally with the idea that you don't even have to go on vacation now.
Yeah, you can just like pretend like you did, and then
you can
tell
post
your
these
friends.
to social media, your great adventures that don't exist.
You can become an influencer without actually doing the things that you need to do to become an influencer.
And the joke is that I'm like, this is gonna cost money because all this ChatGPT shit costs money. And it does. It actually costs. They think that people are gonna sign up for this fucking service. It was like, oh, you get 6 for free, and then it's $10 a month for 30. And who the fuck needs that many vacation photos? I don't even take 30 pictures when I'm on vacation, but they think people need to generate fake pictures of them in Paris and fucking
aspiring
Tibet.
Influencers. That's all I can think of.
Jesus Christ. And that's part of the hustle, is that they want everybody to think they're an influencer. They want everybody to feel like they're, it's the same way that they think the Twitch thinks everybody should stream. Like, you're not going to have an audience, but everybody should be streaming. I mean, you should always be focused on chat. Chat, what are we going to do here? Anyway, fuck that. Like so many other AI things, fuck that. But this does delve into the next Xbox.
It does.
Because it's just, there have been a lot of really great articles recently about the collapse of Microsoft.
Yeah.
How they are on a path to absolute destruction right now. Every choice they are making is wrong. Everything they are saying is wrong. They are doing everything they can to annihilate their legacy step by step. Like the people in charge right now at Microsoft are so poisoned by AI that they are.
This is the thing I keep coming. Sorry to interrupt, but this is a really important point, and I think it affects all of this stuff. Is that the people who are making the decisions and who are driving the marketing and all that stuff are so disconnected from the reality that most people live in. This is the reality that they live in. Yeah. This is the thing that they want. Yeah. Right. But this is not how people use their computers. This is not how people use their gaming systems. This is not how anybody does anything, but this is what they envision this is their projection of a fictional universe that they're trying to create, right?
And it's born from the literal cult-like behavior of the people at the top right now in the company that are still there, that are trying to make everybody follow these new mindsets, that are trying to bring them into this world for the dumbest reasons.
There are quite a few articles that I've seen about how, like, no hyperbole, no joke, that Silicon Valley itself has become basically a doomsday cult. Mm-hmm. Like it straight up is.
Yeah, and it's becoming endgame now because the inevitable bubble burst from AI is going to end it. Like Silicon Valley is just going to cease to exist once this VC money evaporates and the bubble pops, and the destruction is going to be catastrophic, and globally. It's going to decimate it. 40% of the U.S. GDP is focused on AI right now because they are so utterly terrified of being left behind that they have gone all in. Mm-hmm. And this is part of it. The Microsoft's motions, the stuff that they're promoting right now, and this blind commitment to the AI, and it's going to end them and many other companies in the very, very, very near future.
I think the most nuanced take I've seen on most of this is from Hank Green lately.
Yeah, Hank had an amazing video.
Hank's got really good stuff to say about like how, like, yeah, it's a bubble. Yeah, it's going to burst. It doesn't mean it's going to go away, though. Like the .com bubble was a really good example he gave of, like, yeah, the .com bubble burst. The internet's still here. Yeah. Like people just didn't know what it was or how to use it.
Right.
And we figured that out later, and it had to go through this phase. This is where we are with AI.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. As we've said, there are some really fantastic opportunities in the LLMs and the technology.
It's not not a useless technology.
No, absolutely not.
We're just doing the wrong things with it.
The wrong people are using it in the same way that housing is great until Airbnb gets a hold of it and turns it into a fucking menace. It's very similar.
Yeah.
So Xbox, the head of Xbox, I don't know if she's the head. I don't know what her position is.
She's like the president, or I don't know.
Yeah, there's so many people in charge right now. But she basically said how the next Xbox will be expensive and curated. Curated was the terror word that she used.
High end. Expensive is my word. High end is hers.
But yeah, a curated experience. Like, I don't know what the fuck that even means when it comes to hardware. Like, it means hardware.
You don't have to think about what you're looking for. It will show you what you want.
Yeah. And I mean,
I'm sure with the power of AI.
Of course. And you've got, this is coming off of the everything's an Xbox debacle, which is blowing up in their face. At the same time, they did the Game Pass increase, which has been disastrous. Mm-hmm. At least it seems to be. Maybe more people than ever are on it. I don't know. It certainly doesn't sound like people are excited about the new Game Pass. A lot of people have no idea what's happening, and they're not going to notice until they look at their bill and go, wait, what? How much did you charge? Exactly. What the fuck? And then, I mean, even I've come to the point where I have said, I used to pay for it because I wanted the opportunity to play these new games, even though I never actually play them. And this price change made me finally go, you know what? Play what you got. And if you start playing more games and start playing through those ones, yeah, then you can resub to Ultimate and start playing the latest and greatest shit as it comes out. But you've got so many great experiences waiting for you based on shit that giant fucking pile sitting behind me that is waiting patiently. I don't need access to the new titles. Outer Worlds 2 is out now. Okay, cool. Guess what I didn't play?
Outer Worlds 1.
Outer Worlds 1. It was on the pile. It's on the pile. I'd love to play it. I think I started it and I went, oh, this is going to be good, but I had to finish this other game first, and then I never came back to it, and I'd have to basically start from scratch. I think I mentioned last time about how I canceled Ultimate, and a couple days later I got an email from Microsoft. Did I talk about this last time?
I know you canceled.
They mentioned Avowed. Like the email, just really quickly, basically, I got an email from Microsoft saying, "Hey, we've saved your progress on Avowed."
Oh, right, yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So same thing. So it's just basically, it's not even remotely worth what they're charging. Right. I mean, unless you are absolutely going to play Call of Duty 6, Black Ops 6, 7. Who cares?
Me, what do I know?
The story was that they lost $300 million in sales based on, but I think even that was based on everybody who had Game Pass that installed Black Ops was considered a lost sale, which is insane. Like, the whole fucking point of the Game Pass and these games being on Game Pass was that it was supposed to move, people were supposed to sign up for the service. So you can't act like you're losing sales because of the service that you'd created expressly to get more people on these games. You know, it's a cyclical argument. But anyway, they're claiming that they lost $300 million in sales because of it. It's like, then fucking cancel it. Shut it down. Stop putting Day One games on it. Day One games don't have to be on it if it's killing you that much. There's lots of older titles you can throw on there.
You know why they did. They did it to try and get people onto it, so they would therefore be beholden to their. They just want to get people into their ecosystem, and then they've got them.
So today they announced the new Halo game. And it's the old Halo game. They announced what they're calling Halo Campaign Evolved, because Halo 1 was called Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
So like, oh, it's Halo Campaign. It's a fully reimagined version of the original Halo game and running in Unreal Engine 5, because of course it is. And it's the original experience, but totally different, except the same, but totally different. And you can do it as 4 players now instead of 2, but it's the same game, but it's totally different. What do you want? What do you want? We can give you whatever you want. Just please buy this. We need you to buy that. And so
you want a realistic down to earth program that's brimming with magic robots and
also down to earth. Yeah. This is it. And they want it to be everything because they need it to be a hit. So I don't think they've got I don't know when it's coming, but
I also recall seeing an article that was talking about how the new like the stuff they're doing for Halo is just so crammed full of AI stuff that it's AI centric.
Well,
like,
they're trying to get away from the suggestion that obviously, and this is again, it's the same thing. Microsoft is all AI, except when they say it's like, oh yeah, but we're not going to use AI to make the games. But it's going to be a huge part of it, but not the whole thing, but pretty much the whole thing, except not the whole thing. It's still going to be a very curated, human created approach with a shitload of AI to do it, but not all AI. It's just enough AI to make a difference. But it's real. But the AI is critical. But it's still going to cost us $300 million. It's like they're just, it's just Whiplash City.
I was going to say, how does Phil Spencer sleep with that whiplash? But
Anyway, it's coming in 2026. So the only really crazy thing about this announcement is that it's also coming to PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay.
So Halo will be on PlayStation.
I didn't put this in the show notes, but it's worthy of mention that there was an article by Jason Schreier yesterday, I want to say, that they're pushing for like insane profit margins.
30%.
Yeah, 30%.
They want 30% profit from the game, from
Xbox,
from an environment that runs around 20 when it's going well.
Yeah,
they're like, no, we want 30%.
Therefore,
and even today,
layoffs, price increases, etc., etc., etc.
Phil fucking Spencer, in this week, during whatever game dev thing was going on, was saying how critical it is that they support devs to do their thing, and he's like, and it's a very difficult time. He's like, motherfucker,
who made it difficult?
It's just like, oh, we wish we know it's so important that devs get the support they need to make these great games, and it's hard. It's like, yeah, because you shut down the fucking companies that do a good job. And
who's in charge, Phil? Who's in charge?
Right?
Who makes those decisions, Phil? You did.
Right. My hands are tied by myself. Like, you fucking hypocrite. And hypocrisy doesn't exist anymore.
Why are you hitting yourself?
Crime is legal. Hypocrisy doesn't exist. All these fucking people are shameless. And the thing is, Phil is saying this, and he's coming off like he's actively like, oh God, what can I do? It's like, you fucking hypocrite, piece of shit.
Not the thing you just did. You literally just did this.
Yeah, you shut down these fucking companies because now your masters require a 30% profit or else no portions for you today. Fuck, man, and it doesn't end, and the hypocrisy continues, and so Microsoft is cooked.
Yeah.
And, I mean, people now are eyes open on this shit. They're talking about this next gen hardware. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're actively gonna bail. I think they're gonna start developing this new hardware. They're going to announce it, and it's going to be met with a round of, that's insane.
I think they'll make 6.
Well, this is it. They're going to, here's the Xbox Series 6, and it'll be $2,000, and everyone will laugh. Like, they're going to announce this at Summer Game Fest or the Game Awards, and they're going to expect raucous applause.
It's going to be E3 V2.
But they're just going to,
where Xbox just whiffed it.
But everybody's just going to laugh their fucking asses off. Like, no, we're not paying that. No, you'll pay it. No, we won't. Yeah, you will. No, we won't. Oh my God, they didn't. Holy shit, this is testing horribly. Oh my God, we're gonna eat shit on this. Fucking cancel.
Every time it's like one of these situations, I hear Ed Zitron's voice in my head going, "You little piggies will eat anything. Just eat it, you little piggies."
Yep. And they think that that's what's gonna happen again, and then they're gonna realize. I don't think they'll even go into full production on it. I think they're gonna just abandon it once they announce it and realize that nobody's willing to pay what they feel like they have to charge for whatever
Mixer
this
V2
is.
They're like, you know what, this didn't go as well as we wanted. It's a good product, but fuck it, nope, we're out.
And on a side note, the Android XR platform that we talked about last time, the VR XR.
Oh right. Yeah.
They call it XR because it's augmented reality. It's not just a VR headset. It's out, and everybody's like, yeah, it's fine. Fuck do I do with it? What is my use case? Like, they don't have a use case for this technology. They're like, yeah, but it's tech and it's VR and AR. And look what you can do in Google Maps. It's like you're flying. Okay. But it's $1,800. Like, yeah, exactly. It's half the price of the Apple version. But it's $1,800.
Which also did nothing. Like, you could pay half as much to do nothing.
Yeah, to do this. You'll fire it up and you'll go, this is cool. And then put it on the shelf and never touch it again and wonder, Jesus Christ, how much did I pay for that? Like, there is no use case for this shit. And they just ignore it. Just,
again,
somebody will find something.
Out of touch with reality because it's not the world they live in.
We developed the tech. It's up to the world to decide what to do with it. That's insane. But they don't care. They're just, we made it. You have to buy it.
They don't care. They don't know how to care. Like they don't have the tool. They're not emotionally equipped to understand what caring is. Like,
I mean, Apple announced. I think they announced an updated version of the Apple Vision, which is still the same price or has a slightly faster processor.
How many people busted out laughing when they said those words? Because that's what?
Well, I guess they figured if we just make less of them, then we'll lose less money. I mean, they can't be losing that much if they're charging almost $4,000.
I'm sure 6 people are very happy.
Anyway, yeah, it's just incredible. So anyway, Microsoft is fucked. But there's lots of great articles about how fucked they are if you'd like to have a laugh. And once they're gone, I don't know. I mean, Sony's doing well, Nintendo's doing well. There's plenty of gaming. Fucking PC obviously is still doing extremely well. There's lots of gaming to be had. Handheld gaming is taking off now. I mean, that's basically the new PC, I guess. We were concerned about laptops being the new gaming platform, and handheld is a much smarter application of that. But what's really good is the fact that No Man's Sky just never fucking stops.
I haven't even linked to it yet because I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, really? It's a much smaller announcement.
This is worth a mention. It's all this is, just a quick mention. But less than a month after their last big fucking update.
Yep.
No Man's Sky has done it again. There's another update. Now this is a standard thing. This is one of their annual, this is an event thing.
Yeah.
So this is a new expedition. This is the Halloween event. Called Breach. Thank you. And I haven't touched it yet. There's a whole bunch of new Corvette parts and stuff like that for the new ships.
The interest, I mean, not to spoil it, it seems to involve harvesting parts out of derelicts in space.
So the kind of conceit of so every expedition is kind of like a season for other games, and they each involve a kind of unique environment, or just there's a gimmick to every expedition. The gimmick in this one is that basically the galaxy, because you start fresh every season or every expedition. The galaxy is basically like dead. It's abandoned. And it's only the players left. All of the life forms are gone. So there are ruined hulks just floating in space.
Do these happen in your main character game, or do you have to generate a new one for this?
It's actually kind of complex. You can do either.
Okay.
You can take your main save and convert it into an expedition, and then when the expedition is over, you can convert back to your main save. And you could take some resources from your main save into the expedition, and vice versa. You can take some resources from your expedition into the main save. Mm-hmm. But what it is at the end of every expedition, if you complete all of the milestones, you get unique rewards that you can then unlock in your main save.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't really matter if you do it in your main save or in a fresh save. You are starting from scratch no matter what. The advantage you have of doing it from your main save is that you can bring some resources with you, so you can get a little little head start.
Yeah, because there is stuff to do, and so it is time gated.
It is. This one is even more tightly time gated than usual. Usually they're about 6 weeks long. This one's going to run for 3 weeks. Eesh. So, but it's okay because they're not hugely long,
right? And they're not paradigm shifts. It's just a fun little. It's fun to have these little things.
It's an adventure. Right. It's a little adventure you can just go and play. And if you miss it,
there'll be another one next year. It's no big deal.
I think it's every Christmas time season, they do a thing where every week they will replay all of the previous
that's cool. I didn't know that. That's amazing. That's all I ask.
It's fucking fantastic.
I mean, it's great that Warframe still has all of its content available to play. And if you give players a chance to replay that content, that's all we really.
There was some stuff that I wanted from previous expeditions that I never got because I hadn't been playing at the time. That like last year I went and got like the ship I wanted that was a reward from a previous expedition because I hadn't played that expedition. But then yes, you can always go back and play the other expeditions.
The joke is that the new game is just going to be a planet in No Man's Sky.
That would be fucking awesome, to be honest. That would be fantastic.
You're just going to land on the planet and play the other game. And that's going to be that.
But the reason I haven't jumped in yet, is because it's brand new. Like it dropped on like Tuesday or something like that. And this has, again, been Hell Week. But whenever something new drops in No Man's Sky, I want to at least experience it at the beginning and try and do, particularly an expedition, I want to do the whole thing in VR. So why I've
and the Breach idea in VR would probably be pretty fucking
because
insane.
a lot of Breach is going to be spacewalking.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be getting out of your ship and floating
that's
in open fucking space.
There's your VR experience.
Like, oh my God. So yeah, that's this weekend. Guess what I'm going to do?
You're going to be playing No Man's Sky.
I'm going to be playing some No Man's Sky in VR. So that is the thing. And last, speaking of Warframe.
As usual.
In the last week or last 2 weeks of Warframe, the new update dropped. The Valis Undermined is out. It is really fun. The new Warframe came out and has been an unexpected delight. Nobody really knew what to expect. All we knew was that the new Warframe, named Noko, is themed around fungi and mushrooms, which I
thought that was an old thing in that.
There's a whole bunch. There's like the infested, but they are themed around an infested mushroom. So I think people were, and me also, were kind of thinking, oh, it's going to be like an H.R. Geiger, like swamp thing kind of thing. No, they are the cutest, most delightful, spry, pixie-ish little thing that you could ever imagine. They are the closest thing to like a Nintendo-style character.
Because mushrooms are light.
Well, but this is the thing. One of the modes of Noko is like you revert to a sproggling form, which is where you go into a little tiny baby mushroom, which is one of the things that he does. He has these little pet mushrooms that bounce around him, and they're just these little cute mushroom characters. And you go into that, and it's basically a platformer from that point. You have to you can jump around because you're invulnerable when you're in this state.
Okay.
This is your oh shit, get out of jail free card, right? So it's like you go into your sproggling form, and there are like little spores that you can like bounce around and collect and get movement speed buffs. Anyway. Noko is delightful and cute and has taken over the heart of the Warframe community. Noko is an instant hit.
That's good.
And it's just nice. Now, what Rebecca Ford, the game director, has said was like the next big update that's coming in just before Christmas is the Old Peace, which is the next huge story drop. And that's going to be heavy shit. That's going to be more.
When is the new player experience starting?
That's now. It's already.
Oh, is it already?
It's in. Like
I thought that was still coming.
It going. In fact, one of the things in this new update was the tutorial that helps new players learn how modding works.
Okay, so I didn't realize that it launched.
That was in this update.
So now I've got no excuse.
Yeah. Well, it is very rudimentary and it's very basic, but it will help.
Yeah.
And of course, people.
Yeah.
Right. Like so. Yeah. Don't.
But there's in. There's something in place.
It is.
So
it is.
That's good.
There has been some negative reaction amongst the existing player base to the teacher quest, is what it's called, because it is very, very simple. But it's like, well, that's kind of the point. Like, right. you can't. Where this takes place, if you're a new player, where this takes place in your experience of Warframe, literally comes like right at the very beginning. Like you've just done the first introductory thing, and then you get to this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you don't want to overload the player with information. That's what they're trying to avoid.
That's good. Right? Yeah, because it's a massive.
There's a lot.
Shit. Yeah.
Warframe is a lot, and I keep saying Warframe is a marathon, not a sprint. Like you are going to just be patient and
take your time.
Yeah. But along those lines, so one of the things that has developed in the Warframe world in terms of me is that the Pixels and Puppets clan isn't anymore. I got a couple of responses that I tried to follow up with them and they never followed up with me. And my whole goal with starting the clan was I just wanted to make Warframe a more social experience because it's like I don't have a lot of social opportunities. It is an intrinsically multiplayer game. Mm-hmm. There is a huge community around it. Of course, this is a good opportunity to get some just socialization in. And Warframe is just more fun when you're playing with other people. Mm-hmm. So that's what I was trying to do with the clan. It didn't work. That's okay. My clan mate, Paragroot, shout out Paragroot, knew of a Warframe streamer who is actually in the official DE creator community program, the Great Bardini, and we were already in the alliance of Great Bardini, the Saval Enclave. And so I just went, you know what, here's what we're going to do. I don't want to completely abandon the clan because literally my logo is in branding. The game. I'd love seeing my logo in the game. It's of course. Awesome. So what I ended up doing was, it's a free to play game. I just got another email address, created a new account, transferred my clan leadership to that other character.
Okay.
And so the Pixels and Puppets clan still technically exists. The dojo is still there.
If a group of people should decide to do it, or this one, splinters for whatever reason,
whatever,
you've got a place. That's good.
But Paragroot and I then just joined the Great Bardini, the clan, the College of Bard, which is the name of our current clan. So we joined them, and that's it. So don't bother trying to join Pixels and Puppets clan because it doesn't. Is currently dormant.
Yeah, that's
exactly. Fine. But it's been great. And Great Bardini I want to give a shout out to the Great Bardini because he is fantastic, first of all, and one of the most knowledgeable theory crafters for Warframe I've ever seen. Like, you want to build for something, Great Bardini got you because he knows the game in a way that even I, who I'm pretty comfortable in it now, it's wild the builds that he comes up with, and I am nothing but lost in admiration for Great Bardini and the fact that he is in the official Warframe creator program. He did one of the official Quest to Conquer Cancer streams was his, so that's really fun. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm very much appreciate that. So shout out Great Bardini and the College of Bard, which is the clan. There's lots of C words here. It's hard. So yeah, there we go. There's your Warframe update for now. So that's it. Hey, look at that. An hour and 55 minutes according to this thing. So other than the stuff we're gonna have to cut out.
It's still lots of good stuff.
It's pretty tight. It's pretty on par for our stuff.
Good.
So.
Yep.
Thank you, Andrew.
Not at all. Thank you.
And if you've made it this far, as always, you are a champ. OperationPuppet.com for all of the links, as usual. I got to start saying that shit at the top. I really do. I say this every time. Every time I'm doing a stream now, I'm like, you know what? I got to remember to say the whole and subscribe.
The call to action is necessary.
It's unfortunate but true anyway.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, awesome. Thank you so much. And hopefully in 2 weeks we'll catch you. Don't forget special Halloween build stream on the October 30th, 2025. So there we go.
Yep.
Anyway, we will, I'm making sure my finger's on the right button. We will catch you all next time. You have been listening to Pixels and Puppets, the Operation Puppet podcast. Visit www.operationpuppet.com for all our links. Tell your friends, give us a rating wherever you get your podcasts, and join us again because nothing is more entertaining than aging nerds giving their opinions on the internet.